Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of An RN's Life. This is Deanna. I hope everyone is doing well. Well, let's jump right to it, guys. The psychology of the entertainment business. Wow. Man, Cat Williams, let me tell you something. Cassie kicked down one door and Cat Williams kicked down another. And we probably going to see more, guys, because this is the year of the revelations. This is the year of the truth coming out. And boy, is it crazy. So let's dive right into this, guys. Now, what makes me an authority to say anything about the psychology of entertainment? Well, what I can say is that I have been on a treatment team and have participated in the treatment and care of a rock and roll celebrity, a famous one, and also another famous celebrity. And I'm currently counseling a big influencer right now. So even though the big influencer is not what you would consider in the entertainment world, it's still, still some sort of entertainment. But anyway, let's dive in. Well, let's first off start off by saying that we're not supposed to know this stuff. Now, with the invention of social media, we're able to get a lot more information quicker and a lot more information, and some information we really should not have. Now, when I say some information we shouldn't have, there's certain things that are on social media that shouldn't be there, or things that are allowed to be on social media that shouldn't be there. For example, seeing people being unalive. These people have loved ones. And sometimes these people have not even been notified. So I can't imagine opening up my phone and seeing a video of one of my family members, brutally slaughtered on camera. And I didn't even get a phone call or nothing yet. I could be driving, I could be at work, I could be anywhere. And this is what I open to see. So, you know, social media has really, yeah, social media has pluses and minuses. And one of the minuses is, things like that. So let's just go back to the entertainment world. What we're hearing from Cat Williams and Cassie, these accusations and things that are coming out, whether they're true or not, these things are not new. The entertainment world has been functioning this way as long as before we got here, guys. Before we got here, there has always been corruption. Wherever there is money, there is corruption. And that's what people don't understand. In the entertainment world, they deal with millions and millions of dollars on a regular basis in and out of Hollywood every day, all day. Movie scripts, all kind, advertisers, sponsors, all kinds of things. Millions of dollars runs through the entertainment world. And because this money is running around the entertainment world, there is a hierarchy on who can have what and how much. And we all know that at the very top are the powers that be, which nothing ever happens to them. Because just because we seen Harvey Weinstein go down and Jeffrey Epstein go down, these guys are not the real ones that sit in power. Those are, the puppets. These are what we're seeing now are low tier puppets. This whole thing with Diddy, this is nothing compared to what goes on in the entertainment world. We haven't even scratched the surface. So, what we're seeing right now is what is being allowed to be seen. Because what we're not going to see is what we're not supposed to see. Trust and believe. Because the powers that be are not going to let you catch them with their pants down. That's a definite. So the ones that hold all the money, the ones that make the decisions, those are the ones that really is behind all of this, because these are the puppet masters, and everyone else running around are the puppets. So this behavior that's going on, this is nothing new. In the entertainment world, it's either uh kill or be killed. What Cat Williams is talking about, stealing jokes, and Steve Harvey tried to get a movie role behind Bernie Mac's back. Listen, that is nothing new. When it comes to money and fame, this is what goes on in that world. See, we're not supposed to know this stuff because we're the consumer. So the reason why these comedians and the singers, the rappers, and everybody is in such an uproar is because we're not supposed to know how corrupt they are, how some of them are not even talented, how some of them are brought in and used to bring down somebody else. All these things are a part of the entertainment world, and we're not supposed to know that because we're the ones buying everything. We're buying the tickets to see the comedians. We're buying Beyonce tickets. We're buying Drake tickets. We're buying movie passes. We're buying a streaming app so that we can see certain things. This is what we do. So because we're the consumer, we're not supposed to know that over there is like the devil's playground. Where we hear little stories. It's one thing to hear rumors and innuendo. And it's another thing for it to be put in your face by one of the celebrities. So, and then you're forced to sit here and be like, dag, some of your faves, they're not even real when you find this stuff out. And see, again, this affects the bottom line of Hollywood. This affects them. So we're not supposed to know all of these things. And because we do know these things, now we're start looking at these celebrities with the side eye. Now, I read an article today that the color purple sales have went down since this whole media thing's been going on. They said the opening week it did excellent, but now they're saying that the numbers are dropping. And I don't know if it's due to the recession or if people just have a bad taste in their mouth about Oprah, because Taraji is an actress that we all love. We love Taraji. We love to see her act. She's one of the aunties, so we love her. So I don't know if this is from that, and maybe that information will be released later. But this is what they don't want. Negative press affects their pockets. So of course Kevin Hart is going to come out and say something. Of course Mike Epps is going to come out and say something. Of course, Cedric the Entertainer is going to come out and say something. Because when you put things out like this, and Cat Williams is saying that this one is an industry plan and that this one, stole jokes and is not talented at all, and that this one stopped doing comedy because he got shut down at a comedy, uh I guess, laugh off or whatever they had, some sort of competition. And when you start hearing things like this, you start looking at them like, hold up, you're not who I thought you were. You're kind of corny, like you fake. Like, and see, that affects their pockets. That affects sponsorship. That affects deals. That affects movie roles because now, uh, executives are only going to want to employ those that are going to bring them money. And if they think that a person's image is tarnished, they're not going to use them. Case in point, Jonathan Majors. He then went through this case now and was found guilty on certain points. So now they snatched some deals from him because this is what happens. So that's why I'm saying, especially in the black entertainment world, black entertainers are not paid at the same amount as a white entertainer is paid. They have to fight for their money. But when you add a scandal to it, that makes it even worse for them. And this is why everybody is having a hard time. Diddy's having a hard time. Steve Harvey's, all these people that are being accused of the accusations that are being thrown against them, that I'm sure, even though we're not seeing it, I'm sure that they're somewhere spiraling because when you do things like this, it affects their bottom line and their pockets because stuff like this can end someone's career. We see what happened with R. Kelly. It took a while to take R. Kelly down, but they eventually got R. Kelly. And even though R. Kelly is not what you would call broke, because I'm sure he still gets residuals from things that he's written. He's wrote so many songs for so many people. I'm sure that he's still getting money from different places. So he's still getting money, but look where he's sitting at. He's sitting in jail right now with a lot of time on his hands, still trying to fight to get out of prison. So again, we're not supposed to know these things. Just like with the Megan Tory Lane's case, we really wasn't supposed to know all that. That was supposed to be wrapped up quietly, and we don't know nothing about it. What I think what's going on is because this hit social media and went the way that it did, it had to become public. That's the thing. Years ago, these things wouldn't have been public. They have PR teams, cleanup crews, and all this kind of stuff. There was a time, and I'm almost certain it don't exist now because we're seeing too much now. There was a time when if a celebrity was in a compromising position or something happened, there was always somebody to go clean it up. Somebody called a studio executive or somebody called a record executive, and somebody had to go, get the person or, get them out of the compromising position, before the press comes, things like that. They don't do that anymore. They don't, have what they would call a so-called cleanup crew anymore. So these celebrities, they are left to get their own people. They have to hire their own people. See, it used to be it came with you being a part of that label or that movie company. But now you have to hire your own people to have your back. And that usually costs a lot of money because cleanup teams, PR teams or whatever you want to call them, they cost a lot of money because it's a lot to do damage control when things like this happen. Because we haven't heard, I'm not, now I could be wrong. I don't think Steve Harvey has said anything, and what's probably going on is he probably has his PR people probably working on it. They're probably scrubbing the internet of certain things. This is what happens. They go into crisis mode because this is going to affect the money. If people if people go online and start leaving negative comments about Steve Harvey, negative tweets about Steve Harvey, and they're all over the place, this will affect his deals because executives and sponsors don't want somebody representing them that their own people don't like them. So this is why this is such a problem. Now, was Cat Williams telling the truth? In my opinion, I believe he was. It was some things that I believe he was telling the truth, and it was some things I need more information. Now, it was certain things that he said that I believe that to be true because there were some rumors and things that were said years ago about certain things about, the comedic world. So I kind of see, okay, that could be true. But some of the things I would need more information because my thing is if you weren't there to firsthand see it, if you're getting a lot of hearsay, then that's hard to prove. But things that he has firsthand knowledge of, I can accept that that's believable. But things that he doesn't have firsthand knowledge of, I would question it because you don't know how credible the person is that gave him the information. So, you always have to take this stuff with a grain of salt. But people who go into the entertainment world, we have to look at the type of people that go into the entertainment world. When you look at these people, like I said, some of them, not all of them, but many of them have been working on their craft most of their life. They know what they're walking into. Let me explain something to everybody. For people who think that these celebrities don't know what goes on or what happens when they walk into that world, y'all ain't that bright because they definitely know how they walk into this. This is how what celebrities do. You have two ways to go into the entertainment world. Two ways you're going to be. You're either going to be famous or rich and famous. Those are the two things. Because famous and rich and famous are not the same. Famous is that people know who you are, but you're not wealthy. You may have money, but you're not wealthy. People do not consider Cat Williams rich. When you look at Cat Williams and how he moves, you would think that we're not saying he don't have no money. We're not saying he's not doing well for himself. What we're saying is when you think of Cat Williams, do you think of wealth? No. But when you look at Kevin Hart or Steve Harvey, do you think of wealth? Yes, because of the way that they carry themselves. See, Steve Harvey and Kevin Hart are backed by machines. So because that they're backed by bigger machines, they're going to have more money. They're going to be in our faces more. They're going to have more exposure. They're going to, be looking a certain way. And that's how it's going to be for them because they're backed by certain machines. They sign certain deals and contracts where these are the things that they have, things that they have to fulfill. And in return, the powers that be give them what they're supposed to have. Cat Williams is famous. We don't consider him rich and famous. Like we said, he has money, but we don't consider him rich and famous. When you talk about Cat Williams, you don't think of him that way. When you think about Dave Chappelle, you know that Dave Chappelle has money, but do you actually think of Dave Chappelle as rich and famous? You look at him as famous because again, Dave Chappelle doesn't carry himself like that. Dave Chappelle is not backed by a bit, the machine that Steve and some of the other entertainers are backed by. Diddy has a huge machine behind him. And how you know that these people have machines behind them is because whenever they get into something, they're always able to get out of it without a problem. Things are always scraped clean. Their image is always coming out looking clean. And this is how you know that there is a machine behind them. But having a machine behind you has its plus and minuses because having a machine behind you have to do whatever they tell you to do when they tell you to do it. And a lot of times you don't own a lot of things. You're getting paid a lot of money, but you don't own anything. And see that's a problem too with a big machine. You don't own anything. So, but someone like Cat Williams who's just famous, he owns his stuff. He owns it. He owns the rights to his shows. He writes his own jokes. Everything that he owns it. So that's the difference. So again, being rich and famous is not what it's cracked up to be, as opposed to just being famous. Um, I tell you, I don't know who's going to come out next, but what I do know is that we're not supposed to hear all of this because it's definitely going to affect a lot of entertainers' bottom line. And it's not just about it's not just about us. It's like I said, the sponsors and these other companies, they're going to be looking at all just with all these other celebrities that are having issues, and they're going to pull it. Look at Diddy. He lost his liquor deals. His clothes got pulled out of Macy's. People are just backing out left and right. He had to step down from Revolt. This is what happens. So that's why I said we're not supposed to hear all this stuff because we're the consumer. They're supposed to do all that stuff over there and fix that over there. And then we might hear little rumblings. See, by the time it gets to us, it's supposed to be PR teams are supposed to piece it all together and then put it in a nice little package to tell the public. Because that's what it used to be. It used to be whenever there was a problem and there had to be some sort of troubleshooting, they would all get together and be like, okay, what are we going to say to the public? Okay, what are we going to say to the press? And this is what they do. And then somebody will come out and make a statement, or the celebrity will come out and make a statement. So that's why I said, and it wasn't smart. To tell you the truth, it wasn't smart for any of these people to get on social media and start talking. What they should have done was got a PR team and had them handle it because this is too important for your money to be messing with. And see, stuff like this messes with the money. So the people who have a stake in these people's careers, they're going to have a hard time now. So we're going to see the fallout from what Cat Williams did. What Cat Williams did, there is definitely going to be a fallout, and we're going to see it coming down the pike. And again, I don't understand why everyone is in an uproar about it because we're living in a time of social media. These people know what they have been doing. They know that they've been stealing. They know they haven't been paying people their worth. They know what they have been doing. And what people don't understand is that one thing about truth, the truth has to come out eventually. You can lie, you can pile lies, and you can keep piling on lies, but the truth has a way of squeezing itself out. It comes out sooner or later. Sometimes you don't hear the truth for 40, 50, 100 years, but it's still going to come out. That's the one thing about the truth. Lies don't prevail. They never do. The truth always prevails. And that's what people don't understand, especially in the entertainment world. When you're running around here doing the things that you're doing and you're wronging so many people, eventually it's going to come back to you in one way or another. And so many people don't understand that. But as far as this celebrity stuff that's going on, I'm here for it. And these people, these celebrities with these big egos, see, this is another problem. You're talking about all these egos and everybody, listen, I'm the best, I'm this, I earned this, I earned that. um, if you really did as well as you say that you did, then you would have had no reason to get on these airwaves and start talking when Cat Williams was talking. If it didn't apply to you, you didn't have to say anything. If Cat Williams was lying, you didn't have to reply. So guilt makes you tilt. People don't understand that. So as soon as Cat Williams did that interview, these comedians was responding within a 24-hour period. And if it wasn't true, then why are y'all responding? I'm not saying it is or is not true. I don't know. All I'm saying is Cat Williams went on that on the Shay Shay Club or whatever it's called, the Shannon Sharp podcast. And when that man went on there one day and the next day, all hell broke loose. So that's all that I know. And when you see people jump like that, there usually is something behind it. You're not going to jump like that if it's nothing behind it. Because you see Gary Owens just made one sentence because he not in all that. And somebody else said they didn't have a problem with Cat Williams or what he said. I forgot who it was, and it was certain comedians he didn't even mention. He mentioned D.L. Hughley, but not in a bad way. It was certain comedians that he didn't mention because of the fact he didn't have issue with them. He was going by the things that he encountered and what he knew in the business. And they have been calling. They've been calling Cat Williams crazy for years, but I always known that that wasn't true because I have seen some of the clippings and different things that they were saying, and it didn't make sense to me. It didn't make sense. Now, I'm not saying Cat Williams is this perfect guy because I don't know him. But what I will say is that some of the things that they have said about him throughout the years, I didn't believe that they were true because I didn't see any evidence of it. So, yes, he's been arrested 19 times, but like he said, I haven't heard of any convictions and I haven't heard of him being arrested on hurting anybody. I haven't heard none of that. All I've heard is gun charges and drug charges, and come to find out the drugs was actually marijuana. They kept saying drug charges, in the bigger headlines. But in actuality, if you go back and read the headlines, they all say marijuana. They said it's a list. If you go on Google and put in how many times has Cat Williams been arrested, it'll have 19, and it'll have all. If you go in, you'll be able to find all 19 arrests and what they were for. And all of the majority of them were gun possession and marijuana. If you go look down the list. So what he was saying was true on that point. So that's why I said when it comes to this entertainment world, you're dealing with a lot of egos, you're dealing with a lot of money, you're dealing with a lot of people who have made huge sacrifices of their self. And when I say sacrifice of their self, I mean their virgin holes. They've sacrificed that and been passed around and done all kinds of things to get to where they are. And for Cat Williams to sit there and expose, or Cassie to expose, is too much for these people. Because when you open up boxes like this, when you open up this Pandora box, other things come out. See, when you open up this stuff, it's a segue to more. And what happened with Cassie, the thing about Cassie is what Cassie did is really kicking down more doors. So we're going to see a lot more crumbling of the entertainment world. We're going to see all the fake people, all the people that have been lying, all the people that have been stealing, all the people that have been corrupt, have been hurting people, abusing people. These people are going to go down. And that's what it's looking like. Because listen, when you start doing all this talking and everybody else starts talking, then guess what? Everybody's talking. So people are going to be throwing names out. They're going to want to save themselves. They're going to want to save their own money and reputation. So everybody buckle up because this is going to be a bumpy ride for the rest of this year in the entertainment world. And we're all just going to sit back and watch this all unfold. And what's going to happen is when the dust settles, the people that have the talent will be left. And the ones that don't have the talent, that's been using the people with the talent and getting over for years, they're the ones that you're going to see start exiting out because this is the reckoning. This is the reckoning. And if y'all can't see this is the reckoning, I don't know what it is. The reckoning started 2 years ago in all actuality. It's just that everybody is just now starting to catch up. Things have, or the veil has been starting to lift 2 years ago, but now it's speeding up and it's getting closer and closer to home. And that's what it is. Because the veil started lifting in the political world, but we ain't gonna go there because Lord knows we cannot go there. And well, YouTube ain't gonna let you talk about it no way, because if you talk about too many things with in the political world that is sensitive, they're gonna pull your channel down and everything else. So you can't talk about certain things. But anyway, the veil is lifted, guys, and it's not going to stop. You're going to hear more. More things are going to come out. You're going to hear more accusations. It's not over. It's been little, what's been happening over the past couple years. There have been other little people sounding the alarm. When I say little people, I mean people who are not famous that have encountered famous people, that they've been ringing the alarm, but every nobody's paying attention to them because they consider them to be nobodies. When now people are going to start pulling up them old clips, old videos and things like that, and they're gonna be like, you know what, this person was telling the truth. Yeah, because to let me see, last year there was a blow up in the cosmetic world. For those of y'all that don't know, there was some fake stuff and some real deviant stuff going on in the with the girls over in the cosmetics world with the different little cosmetic companies. I don't know these people, but these little, them people that know Jeffree Star and all that. I don't know all that stuff over there, but I know that they had a big thing that happened last year, that veil came down, where there was a lot of discrimination with black content cosmetic creators and whatever makeup people or whatever they do over there. They had a thing come down last year about that. There was some political stuff that happened last year too. Also some CEOs, people that stepped down. It's all kinds of this stuff been going on. It's not, and it's going to keep going. This is where we're at right now. There is a purging going on, and it's serious. And you can see it's affecting every aspect of life. It's affecting the political world. It's affecting the entertainment world. Um, Also, the food industry. Remember the food industry? There was a bunch of fires and different things, food being destroyed. It's so much going on. That's why I said we see that what these companies are doing. So it's like the veil is starting to get lifted with a lot of things. So buckle up, people, because we're not done with the unveiling, because it's more to come. So these people in the entertainment world, the only thing that I could suggest to them is they need to start cleaning their house, getting their ducks in a row. And if you have wronged people, I suggest y'all start apologizing and start making amends, because all this stuff is coming out. Everything is coming out. You can't hide it no more. There's no more hiding. So all of Hollywood's secrets are going to start to come out. And it's a lot, and it's going to be something, y'all. So let's hold on and get ready. Now I'm going to let me just announce, because I'm closing out this video now. Let me announce that I am doing I'm adding something new, a new repertoire to my page here, and it is the psychology of live. I've already done an interview with someone. I got that coming out. I had an interview with The Psychology of Candy. I have an interview with a homeless drug addict woman and who is living on Skid Row. And I'm going to get her backstory and because nobody as a child says they want to grow up and be a homeless crack a heroin addict. Nobody wants to grow up and be that. That's not nothing you aspire to. So I wanted to get her story. So I will be bringing those to this channel as well. These are good series. The purpose of me doing the psychology of and the person's name and their backstory and whatever topic I'm going to be using for the backstory is to give people insight on why people do what they do. Because a lot of times we look at people and we come to these preconceived notions just because somebody is overweight. Oh, they don't know how to stop eating. What's wrong with them? They eat too much. They don't know how to control themselves. Or if you see a homeless person, you think that they have no worth or they have, no backstory or they're nothing. Or if you see someone, out in the street that's having some sort of mental episode, you don't know what the backstory is. Something could have just happened to that person. As a matter of fact, there was a story not too long ago, sometime last year, about a woman who was running around naked screaming, and it was a black woman. It was a black, heavy, thick woman. Her hair was all over her head. She was screaming. She was naked, and nobody helped her. They showed the footage of just people running away from her. Nobody. Come to find out, the woman was just raped, and she was in shock, and nobody would take the time to even see what was going on with this woman. And the video went on for over 10 minutes with no 911 in sight. Like nobody even called 911 for this woman. So I don't know, of course somebody did eventually, I'm sure, but it was a 10-minute video where the cops should have been there by now. That's the thing I'm getting at. So that's the purpose of me doing my Psychology of Live series, because people need to start understanding that every person you see that does not fit your lifestyle or look the way you look or act the way you act or do what you do, there is a story there. There's still a person, there's still a human being. People have stories. Things happen to people in life. And our experiences in life is what make us who we are. And people don't understand that. Our experiences in life also determine the choices we make, how we think, how we react, how we love. So all these things are important. So that's why I said my Psychology of series live is going to be good. And I completed one. I have to edit it, and I have an interview tomorrow I have to do, and then I have two more, really three more, really four more to be honest. So I'm gonna get them out for you guys. I'm getting them out slowly. I have to edit them and everything and break them down. So, but I'm gonna close this one out. Again, if you need a therapeutic call, link is down below. Again, it's not therapy. It's just if you need to talk to somebody, you need advice, you need to vent, you need to just you tired of talking to your friends and family, you want an objective view, whatever, book a call. It's only $25 for a call right now, guys, before the price go up. It's an introductory thing they're doing right now. So book a call, you won't regret it. All right, guys, I'm gonna close it out. You have a good day, and I will be back with another video soon. So have a good night.